everyone. Welcome back to the Spirit Bubble. Um, we have two very different backgrounds going, as you can see here.
Yeah, we do. My background just changed. We just rearranged the whole living room and set up these cool little lights up here that are just totally awesome. So I'm excited about our new layout. It's a big open space now rather than the cramped little area we were in.
Yeah, it kind of opens it up too. I get a little bit of glimpse of something.
Yeah, right? Welcome to my home.
Oh, yay! I know I'm over here in my living room, and most of the time I get on the computer. Um, but apparently I'm having some connectivity issues, so we're just kind of having to change it up. But it's okay because we're still going to get this done.
Yes, just rolling with the punches and making just flowing into the moment.
Yeah, yeah. I know it has been a little while since we updated. We normally upload twice a week, and we probably skipped at least a good week, at least
We
on
did.
a yeah. You guys, just to let you know, flu is going around very quickly. Please protect yourselves because this one is a little bit brutal, and that's the reason why we haven't exactly been recording.
And that's okay because, like we talked about in other videos, you got to take care of yourself. So, even though we wanted to be recording videos, you weren't in a place where you could do it. So, you took that love, that self love, and took care of yourself and nursed yourself back to health.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, so much better. I still every now and then I still have to clear out my throat every now and then, but I can talk and I can eat, and those are the two most important things. Ah,
Ah, I love it. I love it. And you know what? That's kind of branching close to the topic that we wanted to discuss today, which
yeah.
was uh, sharing positivity in the face of opposition. So, right now, you could say that your opposition was the cold or the flu that was tearing you
Mhm.
down. And so, right now, you're finding the positive in it. And that's what we're here to talk about today.
Yeah, absolutely. Positivity just to me has just been a such a basic bottom line survival tool, I guess you could say, through a lot of things in life. You know, of course, we all go through little traumas as we're growing up, and it's just that positivity is something that I have carried through my entire life through all of it.
Isn't it such a gentle grace in the moment? Like
It is.
you get it just it carries you and like it leaves you feeling better because you've tapped into that positive energy.
Right, absolutely. And I guess in a sense it also can kind of give others hope too, because when they see that they're going through struggles too, and then knowing that you went through struggles and asking, well, how in the world, why, how can you think like this? How can you smile? Like, because we're looking on the positive side of things, no matter how bad that it gets.
Right. And it's not that we're pretending that the negative doesn't exist. It's
Oh,
just yeah, not at all. It's just what we're doing is we're choosing to focus our energy on what's good in the moment. And in a given moment, you only have so much time to do what you're going to do. And you can focus on the negative and take your direction that way, or you can choose to find the light in the moment, which is the positive energy that's there.
yeah, that little silver lining, no matter how bad a situation gets, there's going to be a silver lining in it somewhere. You just have to be willing to look for it and hold on to it, you know?
Oh, I absolutely agree. That silver lining is the key to opening up a trust that everything's going to be okay no matter what happens. And that's something that it takes a lot of faith to be able to fall into that kind of trust because like it it feels like not everything is okay. When you're down in the low, when you're having a hard time, you sink into that low and it just doesn't feel like things are going to be okay. But the reality is, if you're in that low, you've made it through every moment that you've been through before. So all those moments you never thought you'd survive, you did it. You made it. You're here. So, like, that's the silver lining in that moment. When you're down in the dumps and you can't see any light, know that you were here for a reason, and that's the light you can find.
Yeah. And you know what? My positive thought is in the light of situation.
Yeah.
I know bad use. Well, pun use of words here.
I love it.
But in the light of dark situations, the one positive thought that I've kind of learned to carry with myself is that when you get through this situation, you're going to be stronger from it. You go through these situations in order to get stronger, in order to learn, in order to become wiser to something. And so, like, if you're going through a really bad situation, um, you can think to yourself, well, you know what? This is really rough right now. But when I get through this, I'm going to be a stronger person than I was before. And that kind of has become a kind of a pushing denominator that I use.
Oh, I can totally see that because like with all the words you shared, what came to me was purpose. You found purpose in the darkness. And in finding
Mm-hmm.
that purpose, you now have the light to shine in every moment, which it was the key. Like you found the faith that there was something more to what's going on in this present moment. And so the spiritual can't save you, but it can help you transcend your moments. And that's what faith in this positive energy is. Trust that everything's going to be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. When I first got sick with this flu, it was my significant other that gave it to me, actually. And see, the thing is, okay, we're in a situation where our bedroom ceiling is in not as good shape. The whole thing with our bed getting rained on, and our mattress is no good, so we're both having to sleep downstairs, right? And then suddenly he comes down with a really bad case of what we didn't realize was a flu going on, right? And I'm over here like, no, please, I don't want to get sick. I don't want to get sick. Please don't get sick. And I'm just trying to avoid it as much as possible. Um, Now that I'm kind of seeing how everything is turning out, it was actually better that I did get sick with him, even if it was a little bit bad, because see, the positivity in this situation is that now I didn't have to avoid him anymore.
You could still be together. So even in this
Yeah,
sickness, you had more together
yeah,
time. So
yeah,
rather than both of you fighting an illness alone, you got to be sick together, heal together, and,
yeah,
just have that moment to grow together.
yeah. Because I mean, this whole time that I was trying to keep, like 6, 10 feet distance away from him, I couldn't cuddle with him on the couch. I couldn't sit down beside him and watch a movie or watch TV. But then realizing, okay, well, okay, I guess I got sick anyway. Let me sit down beside you. Let's watch TV and eat dinner together. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it,
And it worked out because it gave you that light in the moment to get through the hard times.
yeah,
Even
absolutely.
even against your wishes, which you didn't want to get sick and then you got sick
No,
and there was still light to be found.
yes, absolutely. So there was just kind of that was the silver lining in the moment is that, okay, well, now I actually get to spend time with him without being super worried,
Yeah.
you know?
And that's like a real active piece of advice for how somebody can find good and purpose in a hard moment because Nobody likes to be getting sick. You know, it takes you out of your day to day life, it brings you home, and you feel awful usually. So it's not,
Mhm.
it can definitely be seen as a negative thing, but you found your light. You found your light, and it got you through to a better time. And now here we are sharing again.
Now we're recording again.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, looking to that positive side of stuff, it really does help you out because if you're so focused on the negative, everything is going to be bad. But if you're focused on that small bit of positive, then you can see good, and it just really becomes like a real survival thing through everything.
Absolutely. And for me, like I like to think of the law of attraction, where it speaks of connecting you put energy into your time and life, right? And that energy
Mhm.
goes out into the universe to attract equal manifestations. So, in this, we're sowing positive energy into our hard times. So that positive energy then goes out to bring to us better happenings, better results, better manifestations that we can more easily enjoy. Just by shaping your mind around the purpose that you found in your getting sick, you were able to lift yourself to feel better in the moment and even now about what you went through.
Absolutely. And this positive thinking, it can get you through anything. Literally. Literally anything.
Right.
You could be having a family trauma situation. And if you can find that little silver lining to that, you're going to survive.
Hmm. I agree. I was thinking though, it's interesting because the positive perspective, there's this new term that's going around that I've been hit with a couple times, and it's called toxic positivity. So there's
What?
Right? The idea that people think positive energy can be negative. It's like those are two different spectrums of being. But then I guess I have seen examples of what they mean by toxic positivity. And it's somebody that ignores the bad and only focuses on the good, not in a way of accepting that the bad is there, but just pretending it doesn't exist. And
Right.
that by focusing solely on the positive, you can will into existence what you want and what you need. And I can see how that could be toxic and taken wrongly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know that there was this book cover that said you are, and then parentheses said not enough. And I'm over here like, wait, what does this person mean? Like, how is this a self-help book saying that you are not enough? Like, is this like accepting failure? Is it a lesson in accepting that you're not always gonna win? Is it like I didn't really know what it was? I didn't really care to open it up because I didn't like the message, but
Yeah, no, I can understand that. Like, for me, the lesson of enough is one that grants a lot of happiness and fulfillment. So to coach
yeah,
somebody into thinking you're not enough, I guess I don't know that I would resonate with that message,
yeah,
because
yeah,
so much of my happiness comes from having found that concept of enough. I have what I need and I don't need much
yeah.
more. And when I get more, I feel like I have too much.
You gotta share it.
Right, right,
Yeah,
exactly. You got to share it. And that's the
yeah.
positive in it. I found the love of the things I have. I call it adorational appreciation, where you adore the heck out of what you have so much that you don't recognize the hellish condition life could be seen as.
Oh my goodness, yes. Because I know you've been through a lot of stuff, you know. personally in your own life.
For sure. I've had, homelessness. I've been insane. I've had, I have kids and I have a husband and like just life. Life has happened to me and I've been through things and it's all right because it brought me to here where I get to share
Mm.
with you and open up in all these ways that all these things in my journey I found are working for me. And so like it's such it's such an exciting thing to be able to share what you've learned with others and hope to make a difference in someone else's day. That's the light in my
Yeah.
moment right now.
Yes. Yes. Well, right now, I guess my light is that I'm feeling a lot better. Obviously, as I can talk now. Um, it does kind of suck that I got to go back to work. You get kind of spoiled on being on.
Oh, yes, for sure. I totally understand that spoiledness because it's just so nice
Yeah.
to be in the comfort of your home,
hmm But I actually get to go back and start earning my money again.
which is a nice thing.
Yes, I know. See the positive. I'm looking at the positive. I get to earn my money again, and I get to feel better while I'm at it.
Yep. And like maybe a new like an invigorated step, was taken because now you got a little rest to recuperate not just from the illness but from working so hard because you
Yeah.
you put in a lot of time at your work and
No, goodness. Yeah.
but like and another positive in your work, you get to touch so many people in a day. So like you're hands on with people, sharing that light of your perspective with them, even if it's only in a passing retail sort of way.
Yeah. So, hey, it just means that I have the chance to be able to touch that same positivity on someone else. You know?
Exactly. You give out
I,
what is helping you feel better and it helps others feel better. I have I had this picture of how your light can change the world. And it was like the top picture was this little person glowing yellow. And then they entered a crowd and the crowd was all darkened. But the light from the one person was spreading out warmth onto the other
oh,
people. And then as the other people turned warm from the light, more people turned warm from the light. And so the final picture of the little meme was the whole group was now lit up. And
yeah,
that's really what this positivity is and how you bring it in the face of opposition to people that just want to see negative. It's really about sharing the light that others can't see. It's not I'm right, you're wrong. That's judgment and condemnation, but rather it's helping others see what they're missing that can help them see their vision of reality a little bit better.
yeah. You take the light of your candle and you help to light the others. It doesn't diminish from your light at all either to do that. So it's, I mean, because if you take one candle and then you light the other, they're both still lit.
Absolutely. They're both
And then
burning and the room is brighter and warmer for it.
you're not taking away from yourself, but you're giving to someone else as well, you know?
And I think that's like a big change when you think about it from what our society is like. Because um, a lot of the world is caught up in selfish, egoistic tendencies that
Mm,
fulfill themselves, but often at the expense of others. Other people have to work hard for them to, I'm thinking of like the bad jobs people have to work to supply people their retail
mm,
items. It's
mhm.
it's not always the best condition and not everybody's always getting treated right. And so we come with our positive energy and we can shift their feelings and help them change their day just by being a light in the dark.
Right. In fact, going through holidays as a retail employee, you know, you're going to run across a lot of people who just don't really spread very much light because they're in a hurry. They're just trying to get what they need because they have all this other stuff that they have to do. And so, therefore, you're really just one other person kind of in the process. Um, you could have all day of rude people or people who may not necessarily be expressing that light. But then you get that one person who's really nice to you and just really makes you laugh and brings a smile to your day. You know how much more effective that one person is than people think?
Oh, absolutely. It's the
Yeah.
it's the power of love. When people are kind to each other, it's the power of love that you're getting to witness. And so like it's a force to be reckoned with when you really get to experience it. So like as you said, that one person has the power to really make a difference in someone's day. Alone.
Absolutely. You could turn it around so easy.
Absolutely. And you just, all it takes is being kind and being nice and compassionate and considerate. And these are all things that are quite easy once you start sharing them with others. But if you're used to looking out for yourself, those concepts might seem difficult to grasp because they work against the way you're presently seeing things.
Right. Positive energy. You're taking the kindness, you're taking the love. These are all things of positive energy. And you're using this positive energy to change in the way that somebody else's day may be. You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's, and then law of attraction, you gave light out to others so they can experience it and feel it. That person may respond to you then in kind and give you back that light that you shared,
Mhm.
or maybe it's somebody recognized how you were helping out. But I believe that every time we share that positive energy in the world, it goes out and it comes back to us tenfold because you get to experience just the joy of knowing you made a difference in someone's day. And that's what I strive for. When I go out of this house, I try to be the difference in someone's day. I try to talk deeply. I try to connect. I try to be the person they need in the moment, regardless of what they're going through.
You try to be the positive light.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Shine my light for others to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Positivity makes a difference. It makes a difference for you. It makes a difference for other people. It rolls off from one person to another, which may end up rolling off to another person that you don't even that doesn't even cross your path.
Yeah,
Um, it really does affect a lot of things, and it's such a good tool to exercise because it can get you through literally anything. It can lift anyone. Um, it can make your whole day. It can shift how your whole day happens. Like I could be sitting here and I could be like, oh, well, ooh, I don't want to go to work. This sucks. I don't want to get up in the morning, blah, 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 blah. And my whole night, what am I going to be thinking about? I'm going to be thinking about the depressing thoughts of, ooh, I have to go to work, right?
yes. That's
And
absolutely.
that time flies so fast. And next thing you know, you're going to bed in this pessimistic state of mind, you know?
Absolutely. Just like we said, you can focus on the positive, that's
Mm-hmm.
spiraling in the negative, and it's just leading yourself down a path that makes you feel worse than you need to. I think so often a lot of our problems are in our mind. Just the way we frame our thoughts with a negative tint, it can change your whole outlook on life. But if you flip that switch and you can see the positive perspective, then you don't have to feel bad about things that aren't really going on, if that makes sense.
Yeah, right. In the same token, I could sit here and I could be like, instead of thinking about what's to come tomorrow, I could be thinking about, you know what? I'm so glad I feel so much better. I'm going to get a better sleep now. And now that I'm going to get a better sleep, I'll be able to wake up in a better mood. And I think I can handle work since I feel better. You
Yes,
know?
absolutely, absolutely. And what I like, one thing toxic positivity does is it negates the negative experience. So you're not allowed to have those sad feelings, depressed feelings. Toxic positivity is the idea that you always have to be up, up, up. And that's just unrealistic, right? Life
Right,
life comes in
right,
ebbs and flows, and you got to roll with the ups and the downs as they come, not just expect to always be soaring high.
right. It's okay to have those lows. It's okay to be experiencing these issues that might have you feeling a little bit down, a little under the weather. But to find the positive parts of it is what we're talking about. To be able to find that thing that's going to get you through it, recognizing, okay, well, yeah, I'm a little bit sick right now, but at least I get to stay home with my significant other and relax a little bit.
Right.
You
And
know?
even if you have maybe an unhappy home environment, so staying home isn't where you want to be, you can still find the light in the moment that is you have a home, you have food, you're not starving, you're not on the streets. Like there's always a good positive to be found to negate the idea that you should be feeling bad right now. And
Yeah,
I think that's the idea I like to promote, which is you can feel better by thinking positively. And it's not that the bad stops happening. It's just you stop having to react negatively to the bad. And it really reshapes how you experience life itself.
yeah. But I forgot to plug in my phone, so I'm going to adjust myself here so I can plug it in.
Okay.
Let's see. Hold on, let me grab my charger.
Okay.
You can see my wall.
That beautiful white wall.
Oh, yeah. There we go. We are
Yay.
plugged in now. Oh.
Having an earthquake. There
It's
you
fine.
go.
There we
There
go.
you
There
go. Welcome
we go.
back.
Thanks.
So yeah, positivity is that sharing of the energy and giving it out, even in the light of people that can't see it for themselves. Like I have a person that has just a very negative view of reality and of
Yeah.
life and all that he's been through. But even though he can't see the light that I'm talking about because he's in such a dark place, he appreciates that I'm positive even in the face of all his negative because
Oh.
positive feels good. It's a good energy. So if you get to share it with others, you can really help others feel better. Even if they never come to see things the way you see it, they still get to experience the warmth of the light and positive energy you're sharing with them, which is really kind of magical when you think about it.
So it's creating an environment in which it's helping him to survive.
Mm-hmm.
He may not be surviving off his positivity, at least not in an obvious way, but he is surviving off of your positivity.
Absolutely. And it's slowly opening him up to the idea that positivity might feel better because even while he can't admit like the truths that I readily accept, he can still see that I feel good and that good energy that I feel is being brought to the conversations we have. So it it transcends the moment. It brings it to a higher level when you're able to be positive.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Um, I haven't had anyone who said that specifically about like in terms of being in my positive. energy as well. But I feel like there's definitely a balance with people in our lives, like this person that's in your life, they have a negative presence, but yours is very positive, and it's bringing a balance that's making it possible for everyone to get through all of this.
Right, right. Two people coming together and bonding over positive energy to carry the
Yeah.
moment into better happenings.
Yeah, definitely. So, if you guys are ever finding yourself in this negative situation, like you don't know how you're going to get through it, everything bad seems to be happening to you. Um, there's no way out. Anything that maybe making you feel a little bit trapped in this issue that you're experiencing. Remember that there's always something positive. You have to be able to look for. You have to be willing to look for the positive, even if it's the very fact that you're alive and you're going to make it through this, albeit a little rough. You're going to make it through it. You know, you're
A-
going to learn something from it. You have a roof over your head at least. At least you are able to eat dinner, because there's always going to be something out there worse, you know?
Oh, absolutely. And that's the coding. That's the silver lining. Finding what could have happened that isn't happening that you're
Right,
thankful for. So,
right,
just take your moment, and if you can imagine something worse, be thankful you're not going through that. And then it
right,
helps you lift what you are going through to something easier.
right, absolutely. Um, and that's not necessarily looking at the negative, that's looking at your positive, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely, because it's bringing that concept of adorational appreciation, loving the hell out of your life. And I said hell because
Yeah,
I really I was just thinking of like the spiritual sense of torture that so many people feel in their lives. There's
yeah,
suffering, there's strife, there's darkness, all these words we have for the hardships we endure. And to me, it's like a living form of hell. So I'm not swearing, just conveying that reality's kind of rough sometimes. And so if you can
it is.
tap into this positive energy, then it can help you get through that roughness.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always going to be something good in the situation, even if it means, oh, well, getting through this is going to lead me to something, because a lot of times our negative experiences are really just ways of life redirecting us to better.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's what I think. Like hardships, they're just a stop in the road to get you going in a different direction. Whether it's a mistake,
Mhm.
whether it's a trauma, whatever it is that's holding you up in this moment, all it's meant to do is pull you back to shoot you in a different direction to head towards something that'll help you better yourself.
Yeah. So anything that you guys may be going through that just feels hopeless, you don't have to feel hopeless. You can look for any positive light, regardless of whether it's just that you're just here alive, listening to us. Take this positivity as a source of hope, and you're gonna get yourself through
Yes, absolutely. I totally agree.
it. Yes.
So
However,
if you're going through something and you need somebody to reach out and you just want to share the struggle you're having and you want somebody to help leave a little light for you, leave a comment. Let us know what you're going through. And maybe we can shape your perspective a little with a little bit more light and help you out with what you're going through.
yes, or if you have a story about how staying in a positive mindset has helped you, absolutely, please tell us. We'd love to know your positive survival story.
Yes. How is positivity shaping your moment?
Yes, absolutely. However, to spare my phone of its battery, it is hooked up right now, but just to kind of spare it of its battery here, we're going to go ahead and end this here.
Oh,
So thank you so much for everyone for joining. We hope that you got something out of this. You got your little silver lining, got to see something good in your life. So
yes, absolutely. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again soon.
yeah, see you next time and stay positive.